The way doctors diagnose MS is about to be completely disrupted in 2026. And no, the MRI machines aren't actually exploding, but the old diagnostic criteria, those absolutely are getting blown up and rebuilt from scratch. What if doctors could find MS sooner? This is the big question. It hangs in the air of waiting rooms. It echoes in the minds of people who feel a strange numbness in their toes or a sudden blur in their vision. What if the long, agonizing wait for a name to put to the symptoms could be cut short? For years, headlines have told stories of misdiagnosis. People have been told they have anxiety or that it is all in their head. The journey to a correct multiple sclerosis diagnosis can be a lonely, winding road full of potholes. But big changes are on the horizon. The 2026 updates to how doctors diagnose MS aim to straighten that road. They hope to provide answers with more speed and more certainty than ever before. These coming changes are not just a minor tweak to old guidelines. They represent a significant shift in thinking. The medical world has new tools. It has more data. It has a deeper understanding of how this complex disease begins and progresses. Let's decode the future of MS diagnostics. So why rock the boat? Why change rules that have served doctors for years? The answer is simple. Medicine gets better. Think of it like a smartphone from 2017. It worked well enough at the time. It could make calls and take decent pictures. But today we have phones with far better cameras, faster processors, and more powerful apps. The same is true in medicine. Our apps for detecting disease have become incredibly sophisticated. New research studies are constantly being published. They show starting treatment for MS as early as possible can make a huge difference in long-term health. It can help protect the brain and the spinal cord from damage that cannot be undone. The old rules, the McDonald criteria, were good, but they had limits. They were based on the best evidence when last updated in 2017. They often required evidence in different parts of the nervous system, dissemination in space, and at different points in time, dissemination in time. That often meant waiting for a second clinical attack. Imagine being told you might have a serious condition, but you can only be sure if you get sick again. That is a heavy burden. Waiting created anxiety and delayed crucial treatments. People were stuck in a gray diagnostic limbo. A single clear attack, like optic neuritis, and an MRI with a few spots, but not enough to meet strict criteria. The doctor would know something was likely wrong, but their hands were tied. They had to say, "We have to wait." The new 2026 updates give doctors more tools to break the stalemate. New tests and a more flexible way of looking at evidence let a doctor gather enough proof from one point in time. No need to wait for more harm to appear. It's also about avoiding mistakes. The goal is faster and more accurate diagnosis. Better guidance helps tell MS apart from similar conditions. Misdiagnosis can lead to unnecessary treatments, side effects, costs, and emotional distress. The new rules are like a finely tuned instrument. They are calibrated to be more sensitive to early signs, while also being specific enough to avoid labeling someone incorrectly. They bring groundbreaking biomarkers from the lab to the clinic. They use a simple eye scan called OCT to find hidden clues. They offer clearer guidance on tricky clinical signs. Most importantly, they strive for the delicate balance of providing an earlier diagnosis without accidentally giving a label to someone who is perfectly healthy. Imagine your body is sending you confusing signals. One day, your leg feels like it is made of lead. The next, a strange buzzing sensation runs up your arm. You go to a doctor, get an MRI, and the result is inconclusive. "Let's wait and see" is the common frustrating refrain. This period of waiting is often called diagnostic limbo. The 2026 updates are a direct response to the suffering this limbo causes. Think of a biomarker as a biological clue, like a footprint left at a crime scene. For years, the main biomarker for MS was found in the cerebrospinal fluid, CSF, and look for something called oligoclonal bands. The new rules give a positive OCB test much more weight, allowing it to help confirm a diagnosis much earlier. But the really big news is the emergence of blood tests. It is not exactly something you look forward to, like getting a free sample at the grocery store. New blood tests are being validated that can measure a protein called gliofibrillary acidic protein, GFAP. When nerve cells are damaged by inflammation, GFAP is released into the bloodstream. A high level of GFAP in the blood could become a powerful piece of evidence that an inflammatory attack is happening, even if the person feels fine. This shift toward biomarkers is a game changer. It helps take some of the guesswork out of the equation. The MRI is still the star quarterback of the MS Diagnostic team. The rules about what counts as evidence on an MRI are becoming more flexible and smarter. doctors had to find lesions in specific brain locations to meet dissemination in space. The new rules expand those locations and give more weight to lesion types highly specific to MS. For example, a lesion in the cortex, or one right next to a ventricle, these are now stronger evidence. Another major update, spinal cord lesions matter more. Now a single scan that shows a contrast-enhancing lesion and a non-enhancing lesion can count as two separate events. Translation: your MRI is finally being judged for the right things. That can dramatically shorten the diagnostic timeline. Here is a twist that sounds like something out of a science fiction movie. Your eye doctor might help diagnose your neurological condition. One of the most innovative additions to the 2026 Diagnostic Toolkit is OCT. This is a quick, painless, non-invasive scan. Visual emphasis. A light beam scans the back of the eye, revealing the different layers of the retina. The optic nerve connects your eye to your brain and is part of the central nervous system. OCT can detect subtle, silent nerve fiber thinning even without noticeable vision symptoms. OCT evidence can help satisfy dissemination in space alongside MRI. It's a brilliant way to add proof without another MRI or a spinal tap. The eyes truly can be a window to the soul and to the health of the brain. So what does all this medical jargon, biomarkers, OCT scans, flexible MRI rules actually mean for a person sitting in a doctor's office? It means a world of difference. The single greatest benefit is the reduction of that agonizing time spent in diagnostic limbo. Waiting for answers can lead to anxiety, depression, and a feeling of being completely powerless. Getting a name for the problem, even a serious one like MS Diagnostic, is often a relief. The sooner a person can start on a disease-modifying therapy, the better the chances of slowing progression. Streamlined diagnosis means fewer appointments, fewer repeats, less disruption to life. Objective data can validate symptoms and shift the talk from if something is wrong to what we are going to do about it. It is important to remember that medicine is a field of constant learning and debate. Not all doctors are in complete agreement about every detail. Some experts still argue about how aggressively to treat radiologically isolated syndrome, RIS. Should everyone with MS-like lesions but no symptoms start on medication? Others are debating the exact threshold for blood biomarkers like GFAP. These discussions are healthy and necessary. The new guidelines are not rigid laws. They are a framework that gives doctors better tools while still allowing for clinical judgment. Picture academics arguing politely, fewer mic drops, more charts. The point is progress without the drama. If you already have MS, your diagnosis won't change, but monitoring may shift to new tools. You may see annual OCT or blood tests checking for subtle activity between MRIs. If you're in diagnostic limbo, 2026 may bring clarity. Consider a conversation with your neurologist after 2025 about the new criteria. See if biomarkers or OCT might provide the missing piece in your case. If you suspect MS, be an active participant in your care. Start a symptom journal. What happened, when it started, how long it lasted, and how it felt. Always get copies of your MRI images on CD or USB, not just the report. Bring questions, why this test, and what do these results mean for me? Concrete results, OCBs, GFAP, OCT provide proof that something real is happening. That's empowering. The honest take is this: the 2026 updates are a beacon of hope. They are driven by a clear and compassionate goal to reduce uncertainty, get people to treatment faster, and improve long-term outcomes. Blood tests, eye scans, and smarter MRI analysis are powerful and promising. The road will not be perfect, and the science will continue to evolve. But the direction is undeniably positive. It is a move toward a future where "let's wait and see" is heard less often, and "let's make a plan" is heard much more. If this helped you understand the changes, hit like, comment your diagnostic story. It helps others feel less alone. Subscribe for the next video where we break down the treatment upgrades coming in 2026. Remember the question: what if doctors could find MS sooner? With 2026 criteria, biomarkers, smarter MRIs, and OCT, the answer is they can and they will for many. What part of these new changes gives you the most hope, or what part still worries you? Tell us below.